So first and foremost, I want to say rest in peace to D'Angelo. Um, as with probably everybody else, it was a very shocking thing to hear. And at the timing that I heard it, or that I saw it actually, I was kind of in and out of sleep. So I was just like, no, that can't be. And then, seeing it on the news repetitively, I was like, oh my gosh. But what I wanted to mention was that if you've been following any of the videos that I've been posting about like my spiritual journey and what I'm going through at the present time, um, I found it rather interesting that this summer in particular, I had been listening to D'Angelo a lot. One song in particular was the song, I think it's called You Should Be Here, by him and Raphael Sadiq. And more recently, every time I was trying to like post a video on TikTok, his songs kept coming up as recommendations. And of course, in particular, the Brown Sugar song, different variations, like the a cappella version, all kinds of things were coming up. And I was just like, okay. And I kind of just took it as, well, maybe it has something to do with the fact that it's a selfie. Maybe the AI stuff, it's like, okay, it's a dark skinned person. Like, let's use this song. Ordinarily, with just the way that my gifts work, I could usually just innately tell if there was some sort of connection or some sort of correlation, but I really wasn't getting that. I was just like, he's one of my favorite artists and I just like listening to his music. So I didn't really think twice about it in that way. And with what I have been experiencing, it's like, it's almost like my mind is, there's a couple different ways that I've been experiencing the blockages of my gifts. It's like sometimes I feel as though there's like a mesh or something like that over my head. Every time I say that to myself, it's like I get corrected, and what's projected on me is that it's like a veil. Because people refer to the veil being opened or closed or half open, or the veil being thin and all kinds of stuff when they talk about the difference between the 3D world and the spiritual realm. So I was just thinking to myself, okay, if you want to refer to it as a veil, okay, but that's what it felt like something was kind of just like cast over me, or something was like cloaking me, and I couldn't really think clearly or see clearly. It's just like something, it was like it was foggy. Then it was that sometimes I felt like I was in a room and the room was crowded, and I was like at the back of the room fighting to get through to the front to speak. And that's just like an analogy. And other times it's almost like just my brain was feeling very fragmented. And when you channel, meaning that when you receive messages and things from other realms, it's like ordinarily it's not so many, and it's not so much so that it's almost like occupying your entire brain. Like you could think for yourself, but it's just so overwhelming. And having gone and tried to speak to a few people, and having gotten 2 different readings that I mentioned, and I did videos on, the only conclusion I can come to at this time is that it's partially ascension, partially an attack. So the other way that I've been experiencing it is that it's almost like there's almost like a little peephole that I have access to in my mind, and everything else is just occupied. So how does that tie into the whole D'Angelo thing? I think maybe I was receiving a message, but I couldn't quite tell that it was a message because of how everything is being blocked for me right now. And ordinarily, I don't really receive messages about people when it comes to them being deceased. It's usually right before they're about to, have a really successful career, or when they're just entering the entertainment industry, just speaking about entertainers in particular, when they're about to enter the entertainment industry, things like that. It's like I will get messages, or I'll have, whatever you want to call it, if you want to call it intuition, just for argument's sake, to understand. It's like you get that strong feeling like this person is going to be really, really successful. They're going to be really well known. I would always have those experiences, but I've never had an experience like, I think this person is going to pass away. But I do know that, other people in my family have gifts that some of them can detect that sort of thing. So I don't know if, again, my gifts are heightening, so to speak, or expanding, because there's other things that I've experienced prior to what I'm experiencing now, which is what I'm trying to figure out exactly what's going on. And I know I might not really ever get the answer. It might just be something that I'm going through. If it is an ascension, it might just be something that I have to go through. And then when I'm on the other side of it, then I realize whatever it taught me, or wherever I am on the other end of that, maybe I'm just connecting to higher realms where their energy is way too strong for me and I can't ground it. So I'm not really too sure what it is, but I just found it really interesting that I was having this pull towards him since the summer. I didn't know that he was ill. And yeah, I don't know if maybe things took a turn for him in the summer, and that's what I was catching on to. But it was very interesting that up until about, I think it was 2 days ago, or maybe a day ago. Yeah, maybe about 2 days ago now. Yeah, his music just kept popping up for me. So I don't know. I just thought I would share that. And of course, to pay my condolences to his family. And I believe he has one child, a son, and to his son. And, God bless his soul. And I pray that his transition is and was smooth. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Rest in peace to D'Angelo.